Today, we're diving into a few simple phrases that can take your emails from awkward to awesome. So, let me tell you about Tom. Tom was a great engineer, but his emails, not so much. They sounded cold, rushed, even a little rude. Now, it's not because he meant to be rude, but he was an engineer. He didn't know how to soften his tone. And one day, a client misunderstood one of his emails and nearly canceled a contract. And that's when Tom realized he needed to learn the art of polite emailing. So, what did Tom change? He didn't need perfect grammar, just a few go to phrases. So, let's break them down. And today, I'm trying something a little different. Today, I'm going to introduce my polite partner in phrasing. We'll just call him ChatGPT, but I like to call him Mr. Chip. So, Mr. Chip, today's mission, Mr. Chip, is to make our emails sound more professional and human. And I just want to introduce you and let's go over the basics. Say hello, Mr. Chip.
Hello, Dennis. All right, let's dive in. We want those emails to be polished and personable, right? We can start with a friendly but professional greeting, keep the tone warm but clear, and make sure the main points stand out.
Well, let's start with the basics like making requests. You don't just jump in with, I need this or send me that. Try this. Try, could you please? Or would you mind? Or maybe something else. Maybe when you have a moment, could you do this? Can you think of other examples, Mr. Chip?
You bet. Another great one is, would it be possible to? Or, whenever you get a chance, could you? These kinds of phrases really soften the request and make it sound polite and respectful. It's all about adding those little touches that show consideration.
Right. So instead of saying, send me the report, which can sound a bit too direct or even bossy, what else could you say?
Exactly. You could say something like, could you please send me the report when you get a chance? Or, would you mind sharing the report with me by the end of the day? It's softer, shows respect for the other person's time, and still gets the job done. Plus, it makes you sound like an email pro.
You might even think about adding a little context, right? Like, could you please send me the report by Thursday so we have time to prepare for Friday's meeting?
Exactly. And bonus points for a little friendly detail, like mentioning the purpose of the request. It's like giving a heads up so the other person knows what's coming and why. Then, once you've made the request, a simple thanks so much or I really appreciate your help.
You're getting ahead of us there, Mr. Chip. Come on now. All right, let's move on to, hey, if you're chasing something up, if you're trying to get information, you want to go easy, right? Slide in with something like, hey, I'm just following up, or I wanted to check in. We want to sound polite, not pushy, right, Mr. Chip?
Exactly. You got it. It's all about a gentle nudge, not a shove. Something like, just wanted to follow up on the report I requested earlier this week. Keeps it light and friendly while still getting the point across. Nicely done.
Right. So let's say I sent a proposal to a client last week and I haven't heard back in a while. Instead of saying, did you read my proposal, which could sound impatient, what would you recommend?
Good one. In that case, you could say something like, hi, client's name. I wanted to check in and see if you had any questions about the proposal I sent last week. I'm happy to provide more details or hop on a call if needed. It's warm, it's open, and it invites them to engage without feeling pressured. It's like saying, hey, I know you're busy, but this is still on my radar. It keeps things friendly and respectful, while gently reminding them that you need a response. Perfect for maintaining that professional but human tone.
Right. That's very good. All right, Mr. Chip, we're going to move on to the next one. When we want to soften bad news, okay? Nobody likes to send bad news, but we also don't want to sound like a robot when we're declining something, right, Mr. Chip? No offense. So let's try, unfortunately, we're not able to do something, or I'm afraid I won't be able to do something.
No problem, I've got you. So, when you're delivering a bit of a letdown, starting with unfortunately or I'm afraid sets a gentle, empathetic tone. It signals that you understand the impact and you're not just bluntly saying no. It's like putting a little cushion around the bad news.
Right. Well, what about, let's say a coworker asks you to take over a task that conflicts with a deadline that you already have. If you reply with just, I can't do it, it may sound abrupt or dismissive. But if you say, I'm afraid I won't be able to help with this task as I have a critical deadline on Friday, however, I'd be able to assist or happy to assist early next week if that's helpful. What you're doing is you're being honest while also showing consideration and offering an alternative. What are your thoughts there, Mr. Chip?
Oh, that's spot on. You're not just turning them down, you're explaining why and offering a future solution. It keeps the relationship positive and shows that you're still a team player, even when you can't meet the request immediately. Love how you framed that.
Oh, well, thank you very much. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to talk gratitude, which you tried to jump into earlier there, Mr. Chip. But let's talk about gratitude because a lot of people overlook this. But listen, gratitude is important. When you show appreciation, you build trust. So try things like, thank you for your patience, or I appreciate your quick response. What are your thoughts so far, Mr. Chip?
Oh, I'm loving this. Gratitude really is a superpower in communication. By acknowledging someone's effort, you're not just being polite, you're reinforcing that positive connection. It's like saying, hey, I see what you did there, and I value it. Such a simple but powerful way to keep things warm and human. Great stuff.
Great stuff. Oh, yeah, I agree. Thanks so much for your time is a great way to go. All right, what about the closing line in an email? For a closing line in an email, say to a busy manager who reviewed your draft, you can say, thanks so much for your time and your insights on the proposal, your feedback and all that stuff. It's very important. What do you think about the sign off, Mr. Chip? The last of the emails. If you end every word or every email with the same thing like best or best regards, it starts to feel a bit generic. So what do you think about rotating your closings to match your tone?
Oh, I'm totally on board with that. Rotating your sign-offs to match the tone and context is a brilliant way to keep things fresh and personal. You could say, thanks so much for your insights for a collaborative tone, or looking forward to your feedback when you want to keep the conversation going. Little variations like that can make a big difference in how your message is received.
How about kind regards? That's a common one, right?
Oh, absolutely. Kind regards is a great go-to. It's warm, polite, and still professional. So,
We already talked about thanks again, but what about my personal favorite? I like this one. Looking forward to your reply. Or what I like to say is looking forward to your swift reply. When would you use that closing?
nice touch. Looking forward to your reply is awesome for when you want to encourage a response without sounding pushy. It's got that forward.
Exactly. You don't want to sound too pushy. You're creating a gentle expectation that you are expecting a response, right?
Exactly. It's like saying, I'm here, I'm engaged, and I'm ready for the next step. It's a great way to wrap things up, especially when you want to encourage a timely response, but keep the tone friendly and professional.
All right, one last thing. The last tip for leveling up your emails is to consider your subject line. You know, a polite subject line might say, I request input on Q3 report instead of, I need this now. You know, people get a lot of emails. Your subject line is the first impression and often the deciding factor in whether someone opens your email at all. So keep it polite, keep it relevant, and keep it clear. What are some things a good subject line should be to get people to open it?
A good subject line should be concise, specific, and a little intriguing if possible. Something like-
Intriguing. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean something that sparks a bit of curiosity.
For instance, yeah?
You could say something like, quick question about Q3 report, your insights needed. That adds a touch of intrigue and makes it clear there's value in opening the email.
What would you say? Okay, so if quick question about a project timeline is something you do, what is something you don't do?
You definitely want to avoid vague or demanding subject lines like just project timeline or need this ASAP.
Right, exactly. Hey, check this, or I need this right away. How about this one? Follow up Tuesday meeting.
Oh, that's a good one. Follow up on Tuesday meeting is super clear and polite. It gives the recipient immediate context, but it's also gentle. It's like saying, hey, just circling back on this specific thing we talked about. Nice and effective.
How about if I just said important? Not really the best, right? Follow up on Tuesday's meeting is very specific versus important as your subject line.
Exactly. Important as a subject line can feel a bit intense, right?
Right,
Doesn't give
exactly.
any
Okay. All right. How about this? Request for input on a draft.
Oh, that's a great one. Request for input on a draft is specific and clear. Plus, it's polite. It lets the recipient know exactly what you're looking for without being pushy. Perfect for getting their attention in a respectful way.
Okay. How about the don't on that one?
Good call. You'd want to avoid something like need feedback ASAP for that. It's a bit too abrupt and doesn't provide any context. The goal is to give them a hint of what's inside the email while keeping it friendly.
That's right, because every piece of your email sends a signal. Even before they open it, you need to make sure that the signal is clear and friendly. And so that's why I'm always saying that the tone is everything. The goal isn't just to be understood, it's to be respected. And these little changes we've just talked about are like the details in a good suit. The stitching, the shine on your shoes, and yes, of course, the bow tie. With that, I'm going to sign off with Mr. Chip here.
You got it. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Good night from Mr. Chip, and see you next time.
That was fun. That was completely unscripted, by the way. And it was an example of how you can use ChatGPT's advanced voice feature to help you practice conversations. All right, before we move on, let's go through and talk about your email checklist. Remember, you want to make polite requests instead of demands. Could you please do this instead of demanding? You want to have friendly follow-ups. Those are those gentle nudges, trying to push people but still respecting their time. You want thoughtful declines, okay? You want to say no while still preserving the relationship with the other person. And finally, you want to make sure you're using those thank yous, that appreciation for all the things that other people do for you. It shows goodwill and appreciation. All right, thanks. And so here is your challenge. I want you to go back and reread your last email. Could you make it more polite? Try one of today's phrases and see how it changes the tone. And hey, if this helped you at all, hit the subscribe button and share this with a friend who could use a little email magic, and give us a thumbs up while you're at it. And if you want more tips like these, visit us at allaboutenglishmastery.com, and don't forget to sign up for the free newsletter. We've got fresh lessons, idioms, and conversation tips every week delivered right to your inbox. And if you want to read the article about today's topic, you can go to the same website, or the link is in the description below.